Hello Aquarius, we are here with a timeless reading. Before we get started, let's set the intention for this to be a space where everyone allows themselves to feel seen and validated, and ultimately for this to be a safe space and a healing space in alignment with the highest good. Okay, we're starting off immediately. Okay, Three of Pentacles and the High Priestess. So this can be you either working with somebody that you see as a high priestess, or you are like honing in your skills that you see representative of the high priestess, or that the high priestess is representative of. Either way. So yeah, you can be working with somebody that is connected with esoteric knowledge. You can be investigating something of the sort. You can be also like collaborating with somebody, exploring your own skills. There may have been a glance into the future here, because I'm seeing something about an offer, but it was I'm hearing previously hidden. I'm seeing this be associated with something that you want. There's a Leo energy that's coming through strongly. This can also be somebody that has a strong sun within their chart, meaning it's aspected a lot. Yeah, whoever this is, whether this be like an aspect of you that you're working with or it's somebody that you're working with, I'm seeing them helping you. So it's like every time you connect with this high priestess that you're connecting with, I'm seeing it be like super beneficial right now that you've been working with this person or this aspect of you. Both of these things, because even if it's like another person that you're connecting with that you're perceiving as being the high priestess, the only reason why like you could receive any information is because you're like meeting them on that level. So it's like all you, because if you weren't open to it, like somebody can have the most incredible knowledge, and if you're not in a space where you're receptive to that, it's going to go over your head, you know? It's not going to resonate, more accurately put. So just know that even if you're connecting with somebody that you're seeing as the high priestess, the only reason that this information is resonating is because you are also the high priestess as well. So allow that to be known. Because you can only go as far with this person as you're going within yourself. So it's not just you getting information from this, it's like a mutual reciprocal thing that's happening here. So just remind yourself, because this is something that like you're meant to see this and feel the empowerment of that, because it's also coming from you as well. And if you weren't in that place, this knowledge wouldn't be useful to you that you're picking up on. So for those of you that you perceive this person as being outside of yourself, know that it's only available to you because you're tapping into that yourself as well. You're going there with them. They're just kind of like a vehicle for you to access that place within yourself. And they may actually be teaching you how to do that, and eventually you may be doing something like this on your own. But yeah, a vehicle is just like a representation that sort of like shows us this route that we can access within ourselves, but they make it more easily like seen that we can access that thing. Because it's already there within you. They're just like making it easier they're the vehicle for it, making it easier to access that path. I'm only saying this so you're not putting like all of the weight on this person and being like all the magic is coming from them. For those of you that you see this as being somebody outside of yourself, like know that it's coming from within you. So yeah, I'm seeing like you collaborating with this person or with this aspect of yourself. I'm seeing it be very helpful to you, but it may also be something that you're sort of privatized, keeping to yourself. What's this about? There's like hope that a particular type of offer is potentially going to change the way that somebody's doing something. Or like the hope of there being a change to allow one to be more action oriented. It's interesting the way that this is coming through. What I'm getting is that there may be somebody that like you could potentially be helping, but they may not be in a space that's like open to that. But this can also be with you too. So make sure that if there's like something or someone coming around that may help you, that you're not too proud to allow yourself to be helped. Like make sure that you're checking in and that you're not disregarding something, because there can be like something that your guides are sending you like, hey, this is going to make it easier. And there can be this like fear of maybe relying on somebody else or like allowing them to help in some way. So there may be like an opening up to help. But for some of you, this is somebody outside of yourself that you feel like you could help this person, but they may not be like interested in you taking that on. And that's also to be respected as well. Because like, even though we can help people, we're meant to respect whether they want that or not, because it's their choice. And if somebody's not open to the help that you can give, respecting that is important. Respecting their journey and where they are with things. Even if you may feel like you're seeing something that they're not, it's just not the right time for them. Okay, so I'm seeing an offer come through that has the potential to change the way that somebody's been moving, change the way that somebody's been like making choices, moving forward. And what I'm getting is that I'm seeing like help be available, but I'm also seeing somebody be in a spot where they may not want to take this. They may not want to take it. It's coming from the reason why this person is like looking. Okay, so it's like this. I'm seeing somebody over here looking at this person and being like, hey, I can help you with this. But this person that's over here is feeling, they may feel like helpless or even hopeless. And you would think that somebody in that position would be like welcoming help. But I'm seeing them actually act like very defensive towards this. So this person, it's kind of like they're not in a space to open their heart up and be vulnerable. And so they kind of, what they're wanting to experience right now is like suffering alone, basically. And that's also meant to be respected. As much as it can be hard to be like, how can I not step in and like just allow somebody to suffer. What you can do is you can show up and be like, hey, I'm here to help, like let me know if you need anything, and then leave it at that, because it's always the other person's choice, and we're meant to be respecting everyone's path. And you may be able to look at this person and know that they don't be having to go through this. However, this is what they're choosing to do, like this is their choice. And they may not be conscious of that, but that's what they're choosing to experience right now. And they're not in a space where they want to sort of like open up and be like, yeah, I am feeling this way. This is somebody that's really struggling because of where they are within their heart chakra, and how there's not like an even distribution there, we can say. Like I'm seeing a bit of a blockage here with them. But they may not even be aware of that, because I'm seeing it's kind of like they won't reveal certain things to themselves because they're not ready yet. And so if you end up pushing with this person, you could end up like really triggering them in a way where their ego was like, I wasn't ready to handle this. And this is why it's meant to be respected, because this person is just not there. And the most compassionate thing that you can do is see this and respect this person and their free will and the choices that they're making, even though this can be very hard to watch. But that's also work for you to do with you and yourself, to respect where this person is and to love them through that, or to hold space through that without pushing your own agenda. Because it can feel very uncomfortable to watch somebody struggling or to watch them suffering, and that's our own work that we have to do, well, that we can do on ourselves if we choose to. But what I'm seeing too is that there's going to be like a movement out of this energy. So whatever had been, I'm hearing cloistered, whatever had sort of been covered before, where there was, it's like there were things going on that weren't being spoken about, but I'm seeing there's a movement out of that space. But what I'm also getting to is that you just want to be mindful of the way that you're interacting with this person, because I'm just seeing some stuff that they're going through energetically where there may be this person like turning down you helping them in some sort of way, or just like not being up to like listen to maybe the advice that you have to give, like whatever this is that you're trying to do here with them. It's like also a protection to you of them being like, I'm not in a place where I'm receptive to it, even if they're not saying that, but energetically they're saying that. Behaviorally, you would be seeing that they're not listening to you, that they're not receptive. So pay attention to that, because that's protection for you, because I'm seeing if you go into this further with them, something may happen where you would be like, I don't like that you did that to me, something like this. And that's going to be a moment where you'll be like, wow, if I really had just listened that you were saying no and stepped away or stepped back, then I wouldn't have had to get into this karmic cycle with you. Because I'm definitely seeing something going on here where this person is closed off. They're really not feeling good about where they are with things, and they're not even so super aware of that right now. Like I'm seeing this be kind of like a subconscious pattern that they have. To see the Five of Swords and also the Five of Pentacles and then the Moon, this is like somebody that they're feeling certain things, but they haven't really delved into why yet, because they aren't really ready to know, because their ego is still trying to protect them, but they may not be super like conscious of that yet, but they really don't like where they are. But it's kind of like you know the saying about how you're like not supposed to like touch a wounded animal because they like react very viciously? It's like one of those situations where you're like, oh, this poor little like broken animal that you like perceive, like you're seeing that within this person. And then it's like, if you go and try to like rescue them and help them out of the thing, they may end up biting you. Because I'm really seeing, energetically, I'm really seeing something like this going on here, because this is the dance that they're doing right now. And this person may like mess with what you know a bit. We can say it like that. Like if you have intuitive knowings and stuff like this person may kind of create static for you, which can throw you off a bit. So that's also something to be mindful of as well. I'm seeing you definitely care for this person. I'm seeing there be love between the two of you. I'm getting confirmation of this. I'm hearing there's a spark. But you just want to be mindful of where this person is. It can be very challenging when you have a connection with somebody because like you can love them very dearly or have feelings for them or be attracted to them, and that's one thing. And then also how a person is choosing to behave is another thing, and you have to ask yourself if that's something that feels safe for you to be around, if that's a goal of yours to feel safe. Like, does that provide the type of stability you want within your life? If you're looking for stability within your life, like, what are you looking for? What's important for you to have within your relationships? Like, what are your values within your relationships? Because you do have some sort of relationship with this person. So what are your relationship values? And is that aligned with your dynamic with this person? Would be sort of the thing to be asking yourself, at least right now in this moment, because it looks like some things may not be aligned. Yeah, there's definitely attraction here for sure. And it looks like opportunity as well. Maybe it's also confusing your dynamic with this person too, because they may not be like outrightly saying no to you, but I get a feeling that you can tell by their behavior that they're like not maybe fully present with you in a way where their heart is open. But it may also be something where it's like hard for you to see that, because what I'm getting is that as much as you may intuitively recognize this, your ego may be having a hard time accepting this, because it's like, I don't want it to be like that. I want them to be open to me. And like, what is that saying about me if they're not open to me, but it really has nothing to do with you? And then I'm seeing this like knowing that you have, but at the same time there's this part of you that may want to like sort of ignore what your intuition's telling you and be like, well, maybe my intuition's not right, and maybe it can be something else. Maybe I'm just gonna push forward with this anyway. Because I'm seeing something going on where you're like in a weird space with this person. But I'm getting that like when you really tap into your intuition, it's telling you exactly what's going on with this person, but it may just be like something you don't want to believe right now. But I'm also seeing you be in a space where you're like, I want to know what's going on, and I'm seeing you now have access to like what's been going on between you and this person. But again, it can be something where you're like, well, that's, I feel hurt by like knowing that this person isn't all the way open to me. But again, it's not a reflection of you. It can be very hard to not take this on as your own energy, and to not be like, what's wrong with me that they won't open up to me? But it really has nothing to do with you. Nothing at all. It has everything to do like with this person and where they are. What I am seeing though is that there's something here that's going on where things may feel like very uncomfortable within this situation, but then I'm seeing that there's a change that's going to happen. It's like a change in luck, we can call it, if that's what you want to call it. It's like there's an energetic shift that's happening. And what I'm seeing is that like what hasn't been revealed yet at this point is a connection and moving into a space where there's like something that you would feel motivated to go towards, but I'm seeing it's kind of hidden from you now. Like what I'm getting is that sort of on the other side of the veil of this situation, I'm seeing the Ace of Cups and the King of Wands, the Eight of Wands, and also the Knight of Wands. And this would be like some sort of intense attraction, or you feeling really, like really inspired to move forward with something that you feel super connected with. An opportunity. I get like the wind even changing direction. Something about that. I'm seeing the moon and Jupiter. I'm also seeing Pisces and Gemini. Something about your past popping up. Yeah, I'm seeing this coming through again. There's like something about an offer or a proposal of some sort. Somebody proposing something to another person. You can feel that something is not fully what you need it to be, but then I'm seeing Leo on the bottom of the deck again. You could be the one with Leo placements as well. What I'm getting is that there could be something that you feel like isn't what you need it to be, but there can also be reasons why you feel hesitant about stepping away or like moving on from this or moving in a different direction. For some of you, it's because there's a contract involved in this, or there's like a promise or something like that. Or you're like, would that really be the right thing to do? Like, it may be something that, like, you're seeing it right now as potentially conflicting with, like, your values or, like, righteousness, something of that nature. But does it actually? So that's something to review about, because this is coming back to, like, your belief systems tied to your relationship values. And what's interesting is that you may have two things conflicting that are, well, you do have two things conflicting that are going to be working out, but it's like, what I'm seeing here, to put it in the most simple way, is that there may be a situation that's like not right for you anymore and it's not resonating with you anymore, and you feel like a lack because of that, like something feeling very unfulfilled. But there can also be this part of you that's like, is it right to walk away? You know what this reminds me of? It reminds me of I don't think that it's a thing anymore, but in like old Catholicism or like some sort of religion like that, it used to be that you like weren't supposed to get divorces. Some sort of religion, I know. It like you weren't supposed to get divorces, so unless like somebody died, I think you like couldn't get out of it, whatever. You weren't supposed to, it like wasn't recognized. And I kind of feel something like that, where it's like, you know that something isn't working for you anymore, but then there's this like sort of rules that you hold yourself to for some reason that may be like, but stay in it anyway. So you may be looking into this and being like, why is that like part of my belief system? Like, does that really resonate with me? Or is this something that I'm just going along with? Or like, this person taught me that. And to have Libra here too, it can be like, my parents taught me that. Or like, what would other people think if I did this? Or like, would I be judged? Or this isn't like socially acceptable, because Libra can be associated with like all of those things, and it could be like, is this like unfair of me to do that sort of thing? So again, this is coming back to like your belief system of why, if something's not working for you and you know it's not resonating and you know that like you're meant to be leaving, why is there this feeling of I'm supposed to stay in it anyway. And like, where is that coming from and what is that connected to? Yeah, for some of you, I'm seeing this as a marriage that this is connected with. But I get this feeling like something kind of dried up at this point. Like the well here. Ace of Swords. I feel like that's as clear as we can be about that. The advice right now is to just like take your time and move through this and to reflect on what we just discussed with this and figure out like where this is coming from, like where these beliefs are coming from, and if you still identify with them, and that will kind of tell you what's what. But yeah, it may be challenging, like maybe a core belief of yours that you have that you may be realizing that isn't your own to be taking on. Because you're having some sort of, it's like you go throughout your life believing something, and then when you find yourself in this position, you're like, I'm seeing it from a different perspective now. So that can be changing. It can allow for a change. Okay, my friends, we are going to leave the reading here. I would like to thank everybody for connecting. Thank you for tuning in. I'm wishing everybody love and light and healing, and I hope to catch you guys next time.